Yara, thank you. Now, it's no secret the tourism business tanked for almost an entire year across the world and still has a long road of recovery. So I wanted to get a glimpse of exactly how hard tourism in Tucson got hit. I spoke with Visit Tucson to compare the numbers. The country saw massive drops in numbers when it came to tourism and revenue. But Dan Gibson, Senior Director of Communications at Visit Tucson, says it wasn't as bad as it could have been in the Old Pueblo. People were still traveling here for leisure.
When things were getting bad in California, people were coming from California. When things were getting bad somewhere else, people were coming here. When things were not so great here, the numbers would drop. But there were still always people traveling in hotel rooms. Not obviously the numbers that we would expect or hope, but always something. The problem really was with events and groups. Hotels and resorts count so much on,
like sporting events, festivals, conferences, and fairs. Tourism is mainly measured by how full the hotels are.
By and large, you're losing about, any given month, 30 to 50% of the revenue from the year prior.
Looking at April in 2019, Gibson says 72% of Tucson hotel rooms were booked. In 2020, when the pandemic was in full swing, hotel room occupancy was at about 25%.
In 2020, the national rate number was about 25%, but we were actually ahead of the number in 2019. The national occupancy was about 67%. So, we were doing better than the national average for hotel occupancy in April, and then kind of retreated back to the norm.
The main draws to Tucson is the weather, of course, but also the ease of traveling to it. With international travel heavily restricted, some people still choose to travel domestically.
It's so much more comfortable for somebody from Los Angeles or from Phoenix, particularly, or Denver, New Mexico, places like that. Tucson is easier to get to, and it could be more appealing.
And tourism plays the long game. And amid a health crisis, Gibson says even with some restrictions in place and vaccination efforts becoming widespread, people may still not feel 100% comfortable with engaging in certain activities that help boost a city's tourism.